Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Kamina here, and it's another video from the Division, and it's that time of week again with the vendors have reset. So I'll be bringing you all my recommendations around the world of the Division on what you can pick up this week. So be sure to watch the rest of the video to find out what's here. Okay, so this week in the gear vendor in the base of operations, we have a prototype electronics mod here with 250 electronics, which is quite a solid amount, and then 1% critical hit chance. So if you are looking to add any critical hit chance to your gear and you're looking for it to stack on the electronic side, then you've got those mods here this week. In the weapons vendor this week in the base of operations is an MP5 ST here, 19.5% critical hit chance, 17.5k base damage based off 5,783 firearms. So that base damage will reflect and go up or down depending on what your firearms are. Now it does come with determined, predatory and dominant there as its talents, which is not too bad in terms of determined and predatory. Determined killing a target reduces the skill cooldown by 7.5%. Predatory killing a target regenerates 35% health over 20 seconds. And then dominant there, which is not a great talent to have, so if you do purchase this MP5, I'd recommend rolling away dominant there. So at the special equipment vendor in the terminal this week, again you have your named weapons. Now these talents do change week upon week, and also the damage output. So I just have a look through these if you've got any of these weapons already, and just see if there is anything better there in terms of what you already have. The historian here, not too bad in terms of his talents, competent, determined, and history repeats. Now determined is a good talent to have on a weapon, especially a sniper, if you're going to be running the electronics build there. Looking at the electronics requirement, competent, you know, it's not too bad. Weapon damage is increased by 10% as well, so not a bad looking historian here this week. There's also a MP7 here, but the talents are really poor. Skilled, competent and determined, so not much on that one. Just looking through the normal gear pieces this week, there is a nimble holster here, so it heals 2% of max health for every 1 meter you run. It's got 1200s across the board there and 4% critical hit chance. And also as well an extended magazine here, 111% magazine size, 4.5% reload speed and 5.10% rate of fire. Now, ladies and gentlemen, time to get excited. The special blueprints vendor does actually have something worthwhile in here this time. We have the 256 lightweight M4 blueprints, the surplus SVD blueprints. Also as well then we've got a firearms backpack here, a level 34 high magazine spring. But yeah, really great to actually see some blueprints in here this time. So definitely recommend looking at picking up that lightweight M4 and even the surplus SVD if you're looking to use a Deadeye build. In the Wolves Den safe house this week, we have a LVOAC here, 22% enemy armor damage, 17.5k%. Base damage based off 5,783 firearms. Of course, that base damage is going to change depending on what your firearms is at. This one does come with Fierce, Unforgiving, and Destructive on there as its talents. So actually, not too bad talents here in terms of this weapon. So yeah, if you're looking for a LVOAC and you have managed to pick one up yet this time round, there's not a fairly bad one here you can collect. At the Dante's Run safe house this week, there is a prototype performance mod here with 5.5% first aid self-heal. Now this is a great prototype performance mod to run, especially if you run solo, in terms of the extra boost it gives you in heal. So if you haven't got any of them at the moment, then I'd recommend coming and collecting some of these. In East 53rd Street, which is your DC6 Fender this week, there is a not too bad operator mask here with refreshed on it. So all healing is improved by 30% when the last health segment. It's got 1264 in terms of electronics here, 3.5% critical hit chance and 11% damage to elites. So yeah, there is a very nice PvE mask here. So yeah, if you're looking for something that can help you out in the PvE and you're looking for a fairly decent mask, then there's one that you can pick up here this week. In East 42nd Street this week, which is your DC3 Vendor, there is a fantastic tactical AUG A3P here. 21.5% critical hit chance, 8.2k base damage based off 5,783 firearms. It does come on here with adapt, so using the skill increases your critical hit chance by 7.5% for 15 seconds. Competent there, weapon damage is increased by 10% for 15 seconds. And then Meticulous there is your free talent. But if it was me, I'd look to roll away that third talent there and add responsive on that, and you've got yourself a very nice tactical AUG. Also as well, there's a prototype stamina mod, 245 on stamina, which is very low but it does come with 1% critical hit chance. 31st Street, which is your DZ1 Vendor this week, there is a prototype performance mod here with 4% Seeker Mine damage, which is the maximum you can get. Now, if you have played Last Stand, you will see that Seeker Mine is very, very popular in that game mode. So if you are chasing that extra damage that you want to get out of your Seeker Mine, then it is that prototype performance mod here that you can get this week to add onto your build. In West 34th Street, which is your DZ2 Vendor this week, there is a prototype performance mod on here, which does give you a max 7.5% ballistic shield health prototype mod. So if you are running the shield build, especially in the legendary missions or the new incursions or any of the incursions, then this is a great prototype mod to have on that build. So I would come and grab a few of these here. In East 58th Street this week, which is your DZ8 Vendor, so it's one of the new ones, there is actually not a bad Tenacious operator mask here, rolled at 1224 on electronics. Now Tenacious gives you increased damage by 10% for 10 seconds when using a med kit, so it's actually a very good talent to have in this update, but don't see a lot of people actually using this. Now it does come with 9,823 skill power, which is a bit on the low side, and this minor attribute there is 15% discern resistant. So if you're looking to make a high-end build and you haven't got the Pharaoh's mask at the moment and you're looking for something, this is actually not a bad mask to have, especially for PvP. And finally this week in the Dark Zone Weapons Vendor, which is in your DZ3 Safe House, there is a very nice Vector 45 ACP here, 22% critical hit chance. It does come with Competent, Determined and Brutal there as its talents. I just look at rolling away Determined there, and you've got yourself a very nice looking SMG. Now that is it in terms of the vendor reset this week. I have brought you my recommendations on what you're buying. Of course it is a lot more out there should you want to have a look around at all the locations, but looking back on it, it has been a fantastic week. We do have finally the lightweight M4 blueprint, which is in the special blueprints vendor in the terminal, so I would definitely recommend going and picking that up. If you haven't got the Phoenix credits for it, get farming those Phoenix credits, because trust me, you could get some very nice rolls on there. Now I do hope you enjoyed this video, agents. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.